Say hi to Bill Squire. He's here too.
Hey, creepy hugs.
Mary Santora will join us momentarily. Subway issues, Bill. You know she lives in New York City.
She does. I heard it's expensive there.
It's very expensive and it's very crowded. And listen, it's a World Series town. What can I tell you?
Shut up.
New York City, they were destined for greatness. The New York, what a boring World Series. Maybe we'll get some of that East Coast, West Coast beef.
Oh, yeah, that would make it fun.
Back in the air, right? Yankees, Dodgers. The only thing I didn't want was what they call a Subway Series. I did not want Mets, Yankees. That would have been the most boring of all. Literally the only people who would have cared were people in the five boroughs there. But, you
Luckily,
know,
there's
listen,
a lot of people
Dodgers.
In those five boroughs, so they
a
still
lot of
would have
people,
been fine,
yeah, they would have been fine. But, I mean, it's supposed to be. It is the World Series. I mean, that in and of itself is absurd.
Yeah.
It should at least be for some people. I knew, listen, with all respect, it was never going to be the Guardians in the World Series. But I didn't want it to be.
Yeah, never know. The Guardians beat themselves. That's the thing that it came down to, is that the Guardians were definitely making a lot of mistakes that they normally don't make.
They were playing two teams, is what you're saying.
Yeah, kind of.
The Yankees only had to play one team. The Guardians were playing themselves and the Yankees.
The Guardians made a lot of, Rocchio's one of the best in the league when it comes to defense, and he made a ton of mistakes.
Yeah.
It was a bummer. But it's a young team. I think they have a bright future in front of them. And hopefully, maybe this will get the Dolans to go, hey, maybe if we spend a little money, we can get some guys that can hit the ball out of the park.
No way. They go, look what we did
with 30 million payroll.
Yeah. This is the exact opposite of incentive for them to spend money. They go, look at this, what we did against all odds. What a great inaugural season for Stephen Vogt, though, with the Cleveland Guardians. Boy, well done for him. So if you're a World Series fan, maybe you're a New York or LA expat. Game one, Yankees-Dodgers, is Friday night in New York. Yankees haven't been in the World Series in 15 years. And the Yankees and the Dodgers, they have played each other a lot of times, about a dozen times over the years in the World Series. They haven't played each other, though, since 1981. So for people, statisticians and people who are into sports minutia, that's part of it, is that they haven't played each other. It's been a while since East Coast, West Coast beef, at least in the capacity of sports, has been in the air. Now, will you watch the World Series, and for whom will you root?
I will not watch it.
Because I'll root for the Dodgers.
I'm rooting for the Dodgers just because I don't want the Yankees to win. I like when they don't win. But I probably won't. Well, I might turn on a game here and there. If it goes to 7, I might watch it. But it's watching baseball when there's a team that's like,
when it's not your team.
When I'm not my team,
Yeah.
like I can do it with football, I can do it with basketball, but with baseball, it's really just tough to do.
Yeah,
especially with so much going on right now. Got so much going on.
Well, I've never been to a game at Yankee Stadium. I lived in L.A. for a minute, and I've been to a Dodger Stadium. So it's not necessarily. Of course, Mary will root for the Yankees because she lives in New York. Yes, she does.
I'm gonna root for the Yankees,
and she'll root for the Yankees. She'll go,
sis
boom ba. Go Yankees.
And she'll say that because she was a cheerleader. So
of course.
I'm surprised you knew their code.
I say that to my daughter because she did cheerleading this season. She goes, what does that mean? I go, I don't know, but it's really, really old, and I think it's funny. I don't know what sis boom ba means either, but there it is. Listen, I'll tell you what. We'll dig into it a little bit after the break, but because everybody else is and whatever. But nothing but bad news on the Cleveland sports front this weekend. But I got to tell you, it's darkest before the dawn. That's another old-timey thing that I hear people say. And what, Mary, is going to make somebody feel better? What is going to inject some much-needed sunlight into such a darkened time? Can you conceive of such an event that might balance the scales?
Sports-wise?
In general. I'll give you a hint. Not sports-wise.
Oh, probably me headlining Hilarities in November.
No, that's not it.
Oh, no?
She's fresh off the funny stuff. She was in here on Friday. I was thinking more of Bill.
Oh, Probably Bill. He's gonna take his pants off somewhere.
Bill's gonna take his pants off.
That's not.
When he sees his girlfriend, he's gonna take his pants off and he's gonna film it.
Sorry, yes.
That's the announcement, right?
Bill Squire's Christmas Kwanzaa is back at the Agora on December 28th, and I'm very excited for that. We have an incredible lineup this year, including the Mary Santora.
Hey, he's coming home for Christmas to make some people laugh.
Our buddy Joe Briggs, who's been on the show before.
Yep.
Liz Blanc, who is killing it all over the country. She's on the Bored Teachers Tour, and she's got her Don't Tell's got 2 million views on it on YouTube. She's great. She's a Clevelander originally. Mickey Genosi, who's a regular at Hilarities, is a very funny dude. And then Elijah Nevels, who is killing it on
Nevels,
yep. Yeah. He's a local guy, young guy, but he's out there touring all over the place, making a name for himself. So it's a great lineup. So get your tickets. There's a pre-sale on Wednesday at agoracleveland.com.
What is the date?
The date is December 28th.
December the 28th. So that
Saturday.
That sweet spot where everybody's just kind of looking for things to do between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much fun. And
agoracleveland.com.
agoracleveland.com. There's a pre-sale on Wednesday, password buzzard to get your pre-sale tickets. And then they go live on Friday.
Okay.
So get your tickets. Come see me and Mary and Joe Briggs, Liz Blanc, Mickey Genosi, and Elijah Nevels. It's going to be incredible.
Well, and the beauty of a show like that is that people more than likely will discover a comedian they're unfamiliar with.
Right.
And then become a fan.
That's exactly right. It's a great lineup. And the Agora is the best. I love doing shows there.
It's right there, agoracleveland.com.
Yep.
Chris McQuanzica.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Well, what are tickets going to cost? $200. Wow.
That's too much.
That is
That's not what it costs.
amazing.
No.
That cannot
I think they're
be
like 20.
right. Mary, that's like ALCS Yankee prices over there.
They're like 20 or 25.
Wow.
It's gonna be $650 plus tips and tax.
Plus tips.
Yeah.
Everybody gets tipped. Wow. Tipped and taxed. Is nothing sacred?
Nope.
Just more nanny state taking more of our money. Tips and taxes. All right. Well, good. Go to agoracleveland.com and all the details.
Ticket prices start at $20, just so everybody knows.
Yes, I was joking about that.
Isn't that the old saying, though? You go tip for tax?
You're thinking tit for tat.
Oh, not tip for tax?
Nope. It's the only common situation in which the word tit is appropriate and nobody raises an eyebrow. You can say tit for tat. Tips and tax, maybe that's a New York thing. I don't know if you've heard this. It's very expensive to live there.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's a localized thing. I don't know. But, okay, well, good. Good lineup. Congratulations. Because you didn't have it last year, did you?
Well, last year we did the special taping, so it wasn't Chris McQuanzica, because that was just...
This is the return of Chris McQuanzica.
Yeah, this is officially Chris McQuanzica again, which is a little looser, a little sillier. We have, a much bigger lineup, and it's always so much fun. Mary's done it a bunch of times.
I don't want to give anything away, and of course you can.
Yes, Jews can come.
Jews can come. Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful. Do you dress up as Santa?
That's the cup part.
The Jews, the cup part.
How many
attendees do you get from the Kwanzaa part?
Probably 4 or 5.
Oh, okay, good. Well,
which is pretty good numbers.
Yeah, all right, good. Well, they're on sale. You said the pre-sale is Wednesday, on sale Friday morning.
Correct.
10 a.m. To what they call the general public.
Yep. General public.
All right, I'm going to take a break. I'll have more money for you. Be listening for that next keyword. You get $1,000 from the Buzzard Bookie coming up at 2:30. And 30 past every hour this afternoon we'll do that. And if you want to get a text in for anything, 35192. You can listen wherever you are, by the way, on the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio's Alter Ego 2025.
Presented by Capital One.
Saturday, January 11th.
In Los Angeles.
Featuring